Radhey Radhey. On the topic of the nature of God and soul relationship, I had ended my talk on the note that no one in the world can be our sambandhi, meaning relative. In this life, you have a father. After death, you will have a new father in your next life. Then you may have a father as a dog, then perhaps a cat. We will have a father no matter which form we reincarnate into. We have had uncountable fathers, mothers, wives, children, and siblings. And as our scriptures tell us, Katinam Sutana Lalita Kativaneha Vadhura Bhunjihi Kvanute Kvanutascha Vayam Bhavasangah Kalupantha Sangamaha. This world is a meeting place of fellow travelers. People are sitting in a train, and each person is going to a different destination. They're sitting idle, so naturally they start chatting with each other. Oh, where are you headed? What do you do for a living? Yes. They both agree with each other, even if they are both saying the wrong thing. The train stops at a station. One of them gets off. He says to the other, "We have reached Hanamganj. I am going to Mangar for a spiritual retreat." The other says, "You cannot do this to me. You cannot get off here. Come with me to Allahabad." "How can I go with you to Allahabad? I have to reach Mangar today." "Why don't you come along with me and take part in the sadhana program? How about that?" "Oh, no. I have no faith in God." "Oh, well, then I have no faith in Allahabad. You go on ahead." So when the train reaches a station, the passenger gets off the train. All the loving conversations come to an end. This is exactly how it is with those we call our relatives. Mother, father, son, wife, and husband. In our history, Dhritarashtra, he was the father of the Kauravas, and he was alive, but all his sons had perished. He was the only one alive. He asked God, "What sin am I being punished for?" Because even in the world, people usually have 3 or 4 children, and at least one of them remains alive till his parents turn old. All of them don't die. So Dhritarashtra asked Sri Krishna, "I had 100 sons, and all of them are dead. Why is that so?" So Sri Krishna replied, "When you calculate sins, don't look at just one lifetime. That's not the Hindu philosophy. You have lived countless lives. Do you remember the actions you performed in your countless lives?" So Dhritarashtra had remembrance of only 4 births. So Sri Krishna said, "Tell me, what do you get when you subtract 4 from infinity? If you subtract unlimited from unlimited, you will get unlimited." So that is a calculation. So the point is that all relationships in the world, physical relationships, are not eternal. They are merely bond, but not eternal. They are temporary. Even as long as the relationship is intact, however long, it may remain for 2 months, 4 months, 10 months, a year, there are rifts and quarrels. What kind of relationship is this? In the morning, the relationship was strong. In the afternoon, everything was turned upside down. The name calling started. And the biggest thing is that while one person accepts the other as a relative for their own selfish motives, the other also accepts that person as a relative for the same exact reason. Selfish reasons for self-interest. Yet both say to one another, "Mom, I want this for you." The mother says too, "Son, I want this for your happiness." However, the reality is quite the opposite. Both love each other for the fulfillment of their own selfish motives. So the relationship, in fact, is just an external show. Inwardly, there is always a rift between them. It's only due to acting that people are alive in the world. If the reality were to come out, in other words, like what each person were thinking or was thinking about the other, if all of those emotions were to manifest or were to come out, the entire world would clash and come to an end within 24 hours. That is what would happen. So, to conclude, worldly relationships are not forever. They are physical relationships, and the basis of these relationships is self-interest. And for as long as the self-interest of any individual is fulfilled, for that long, the relationship will exist, it will remain. Beyond that, relationships end in this world. And besides, everyone that we've recognized and honor as our relative is not going to be with us forever. And even if they were with us forever, or rather, if they were with us for, let us say, 100 years, or for however long, when they die, they will go to their own respective destination, wherever their karmas will take them. So, in reality, relationships in the world are not eternal. They are only a bond. It is only a physical bond. So in the next topic, or in the next lecture, I am going to be talking about the sequence of worldly relationships. What is the exact actual sequence of worldly relationships? So, kind of along the same lines, I will be sharing more thoughts. श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय, श्रीमद् युगल सरकार की जय, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे.